Burger King defending itself over the Impossible Whopper.
Our legal analyst, Wendy Patrick, joining us now for Inside the Law. Wendy, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, what is this lawsuit about? They've been touting this Impossible Burger for a while.
That's right, and it is a great time to be talking about it because we're starting February. Not only is it the day after the Super Bowl where many of us fell off the wagon with respect to our diets, but we're venturing back into fast food restaurants after having given it up for a New Year's resolution. So let's talk about what is this all about? A meatless menu has made its way to Burger King. Remember, we have meatless menus at a lot of different fast food chains. But does that mean it's vegan or necessarily vegetarian? So this lawsuit is about a man who is a strict vegan who went through a drive-thru in Atlanta, ordered one of these burgers, wanting to try it out, said hold the mayo, because remember that would be a little bit of eggs and mayo, it's not vegan, had no idea that these burgers are prepared on the same grills as regular hamburgers, thus contaminating it with meat byproducts. So that is in a nutshell what the lawsuit's about, but Burger King is fighting back and saying, wait a minute, we offered this menu option, but we never tried to say it was vegan. It's vegetarian, but we never said it wasn't made in an open kitchen, which it is.
Because I was going to say the commercials, I've seen Impossible Burger and this and that, but I've never seen them use those exact words. So can you still sue over something they never claimed?
Well, you can bring a lawsuit, but whether or not that's going to be successful depends in part on whether or not this man should have taken advantage of the concession Burger King offered to say, look, if you're vegan, we will make these burgers for you in its own area so it's not contaminated and thus would be truly vegan. They offered that. The man didn't know. He says that wasn't advertised well enough. So will it be successful? That remains to be seen, but it has been filed.
I'm just thinking on this on a personal note, because the same thing just happened to me a few months ago. My cousin's a vegan. We went to Burger King, and I asked, is that burger vegan? And they said yes.
Okay, that sounds like a training issue to me, because that is a really great question that many customers are asking, is just because it says meat-free, does that necessarily make it vegan? Or does that necessarily mean it's not contaminated or prepared in a way that it would contain meat byproducts? So another reason that's a good question is many people are under the impression that meat-free means healthier. But that is also up for debate. And I'll just give you an example. I made the diet joke. How many calories do you suppose is in a regular Whopper, according to the menu?
It's like 2.
Okay, many people say, 1,500, 2,000, 660, according to the menu.
660 calories.
So how many
regular.
do you suppose is in the meatless option?
Watch me say
half of
700.
that?
Probably the same.
630.
See, it's the same.
30 calories less. Many people are surprised to hear this. Not to mention the fact that many customers still order it with fries and a Coke. So it just buyer beware, diner beware. If you're looking for meat-free options, do your homework.
How about expectations beware? Because we go in here, we see a commercial on TV, and then we start filling in all the blanks in our own head with these expectations that are not at all what a lot of people interpret is not at all what. So is there just misunderstandings here? Or are these big corporations having to give in to one or two people who are just going to essentially get a lawyer?
You're asking all the right questions based on your law school
I'm trying to be as nice as possible to not say that this is like knucklehead behavior. But go ahead.
Is it false advertising? Is it misrepresentation? Or is it diner beware? Those are the questions that are going to be asked in a courtroom. And let's face it, plant-based burgers are not appetizing to a broad swath of the population. And to that segment that is vegan and is interested in being healthy, they also are now doing their research to decide, is this actually the right alternative?
I've heard, and these are other people's opinions.
Other people's opinions.
A lot of people are saying.
I'm trying to lawyer myself out of this before I say anything. If you're a vegan, if you're so concerned about eating healthy, what are you doing going to Burger King? That's one argument I've heard.
That's right.
Yeah, but there
is that a fair assessment or not?
And some people would say that when you do go out and you want to eat, people like my cousin, they want to be able to get a burger that is vegan. And when they see that there's a vegan option, They want to be able to
if
enjoy
I
themselves.
decide to go vegan, I would probably, this is my personal opinion, I would probably not go to Burger King, but that's just me.
And
I could be wrong.
others argue, because that's sort of the theme, others argue that fast food means fast food. And if you're on a time crunch over your noon hour, you want to be able to drive through somewhere quickly,
Right. Sure.
which is why fast food meatless menus have really taken off.
Yep.
However, they have since lowered the price of the Impossible Whopper because it didn't pack the punch that I think many anticipated back in November, not to mention the bad publicity from this lawsuit.
Yeah.
Other people.
Other people.
These are the arguments out there. We'll see if it goes anywhere in the courtroom.
Okay, I mean, I'm interested to see where this ends up.
That's right.
Wendy, Patrick, get me all riled up. Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks,
as always.
guys.